The following video is the recording of a meet and greet session for the subrecipients of the Tennessee Strong Families Grant who operate in the West Tennessee region. This region includes organizations who serve from the Memphis area east to Jackson, including the Burroughs Foundation, Catholic Charities of West Tennessee, Confidential Care Mobile Ministry, Hannah's Hope, Methodist Le Bonheur, Porter Leith, Regional One Health, and TAM of Jackson. The goal of the meet and greet opportunity was to increase collaboration amongst the organizations and build familiarity with other services being offered.
Good afternoon. I'm Tony Johnson with Catholic Charities. My role at Catholic Charities is Senior Director of Homeless Services. The name of this project, Tennessee Strong Families, will be combining with our Tiny Blessings program, which serves women with prenatal support and supplies. The counties we serve are primarily Shelby County and Madison County. And for contact for referrals, we have had a organization restructure. So right now I'm the program director, but that will be moving to Key Hall, who is our senior director of community engagement regularly. But right now she's doing the role as interim executive director until that role is filled permanently. So once she moves back into her regular role, she will be the program director.
And I'm Kiki Hall, so I'm who Tony was just talking about. It's really nice to meet everybody. Catholic Charities is actually chartered to serve all the 21 counties between the Mississippi River and the Tennessee River. But as Tony said, we're focusing our efforts certainly in Shelby County, Madison, but there's several other counties as well in those rural areas that we're also going to be working and trying to help pregnant moms in those other rural counties as well. We're really looking forward to getting out there. And Mandy Lamy, who is also on today, is our program manager, working closely with both of our case managers. So there's a lot of us that you can call if you need anything. But anyway, so thanks to Tony, because she's really, she and Mandy have really taken the lead on this while I'm serving in this interim executive director position. And I will look forward to, I'm excited about getting back to my old role. I'll just say that.
I am. Hey, I'll just say hello out here. We're really excited about this program. We do have a part-time case manager that has already started work out in the field, and our full-time case manager starts a little later on in the month. And she is going to be traveling to some of those other counties for us. I think one of the things you asked were like qualifications for the program for our clients. We're really looking for that client to be that 130% of the poverty line, where they would qualify for some social services. And Shamika, who's our case manager that's working through that, she is having clients bring a proof of pregnancy as well, to kind of see where they are in that process when she does her original intake. So right now, those are our two qualifiers.
And we're happy to say that she's already had several clients that she has started working with, and she's loving it, and we are loving what a great. How many, Mandy? 10? Amazing. She's just hit the door running. She was running our Tiny Blessings program just prior to then her coming into this role, and we're thrilled. She's loving it, and we are loving helping these moms. So anyway.
Great to hear.
We've already had just some super rewarding stories. Like in the short amount of time that we had a young lady that came to us that, y'all, she had a stable home and food, but she did not have any extra money to buy anything for the baby. The baby had no bed, no clothes, no diapers. And she literally came to us 2 days before she was induced to give birth. So to be able to help set her up with some of those like real emergency needs. And then she was worried about if she did have to buy formula. She was really at the very edge of her budget. So it was just some really sweet, miraculous things getting started.
Well, I'm Haley Greenwell. I'm with Memphis Child, the Medical Legal Partnership of Le Bonheur, and we're within the Methodist Le Bonheur Community Outreach Division of MLH. And I'm curious if you all, as far as supporting housing support services and case management, for those clients that are experiencing homelessness with their young children and as they're pregnant, did you already have like a system because I know the Catholic Charities does a lot of homeless work. Did you already have placement options for those families, or how are y'all navigating putting families into emergency shelter housing or transitional housing and all of that?
Hey, good morning, Haley. Nice to meet you. Yes, I am the Director of Homeless Services at Catholic Charities. So within our agency, we do have several housing programs prior to the Tennessee Strong Family. So we kind of have that resource in-house. Also in our grant, we kind of made room for funds for emergency shelter or support. So we did have 2 homeless families of those 10s that come in so far, homeless and not able to secure shelter through our emergency shelter because of their circumstances. So we were able to put them in a hotel at the Travel Lodge and enroll them in one of the housing programs. So they're now in housing navigation, working with the Tennessee Strong Family Case Manager and the housing navigator in our housing department to secure permanent housing.
Thank you so much, Tony. Yeah, I would love to get with you because we also have funding through Strong Families. Thank you so much to offer that emergency housing support. And but as far as transitional housing or getting them into some sort of program, I think it would be really beneficial. I have a mom that's homeless right now that is looking to go back to school, and the school can provide childcare for her children, but she's hoping that, she needs income in order to find a place to live. And that's been a struggle. So we've been working through that. So yeah, I would love to.
You can, take my email and phone number that's on the
Awesome.
screen. If you have any mothers that are homeless, you can contact me and we can look at together on working on a plan to get them housed.
Thank you so much, Tony.
And next we have Confidential Care Mobile Ministry. Do we have someone from Confidential Care?
Yes.
Yeah, hey Kathy.
Kathy Waterbury. I'm the Executive Director of Confidential Care, and we are pro-life pregnancy resource center, if you will, but we're on wheels, no brick and mortar. So we have the ability with our medical mobile units to go to women and we do pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, so we can provide that verification of pregnancy. If you all need that, that's something that you can certainly refer to us. Something new that we're doing with the Tennessee Strong Families grant is we're offering a registered dietitian. So far, that's been really exciting and really successful. We're happy to say that our clients are choosing to work with our dietitian with the goal of just having a healthier pregnancy and a healthier birth weight and outcome of her pregnancy. So we're glad to be offering that service. We also have a social worker that works with our clients, and we have, through the Tennessee Strong Families Grant, we're able to offer some emergency rental and utility assistance. We also have material assistance. We want all of our moms that participate to have, we give them a new pack and play and a new car seat because we want our babies to have a safe place to sleep and a safe way to travel. So we will go to women. So if you have women and maybe they have transportation issues and they can't get to us, we'll be happy to go to them. We serve in Shelby and Tipton County. And I will say that homelessness is one of the largest issues that our clients struggle with. So I'm thankful to Catholic Charities and to make this introduction so that we can hopefully do mutual referrals and you can help us with the issues that our moms have just having a safe place to live. So another thing that our moms seem to struggle with too is employment. Not employment, but employment that will help a single mom. So single moms can only work during daycare hours, right? And so that's been an issue that I would love for us to brainstorm together and feel blessed to be a part of this effort. So maybe we can brainstorm and figure out or identify employers that are willing to help single moms that can work during daycare hours.
I have a question, not so much about confidential care, but about regulations regarding dual enrollment or duplicating services. If we do have a mom that could benefit, say, from a services that Kathy offers, like the verification of pregnancy or pregnancy tests, can that client be referred if they're in our program to receive services from another TSF program?
Great question, Tony. I think because the nature of what the organizations are doing is so different, and everyone's scope is a little bit different. I mean, I don't see that as duplication of services. Again, like if you're offering more housing support and Kathy's offering more, dietary or nutritional support, that's completely separate things, both of which she needs to be healthy. So I think that's completely appropriate.
And could I just add to that confidential care, we've been around since 1995. We've been doing mobile since 2012. So the services that are happening on our mobile units which is verification of pregnancy and the free ultrasound are not covered by the Tennessee Strong Families Grant. So there are services such as the registered dietitian and the social worker that are covered, but not all of our services are covered by that grant.
When your dietitian works with your clients, is there any connection for like getting them healthy foods, or how do they kind of direct them to make sure they're accessing the things they're teaching them about?
Yeah, that has been a challenge, access to healthy foods. We've made a list of food banks. Our dietitian also provides them with free prenatal care, prenatal vitamins. So we can at least get them started on vitamins and we'll ship them to the client. But again, food deserts are real, especially in Shelby County. And so it is difficult sometimes to get them fresh foods. But what she's doing, and she works with them all virtually. Okay, so it's a virtual meeting. We do education and just, trying to provide them with healthier choices and maybe if there's a way to make the food that they do have access to healthier, like canned vegetables, rinsing them several times before they cook them, and that kind of thing.
Okay, let me get my audio on. I'm Trina Morrison, and I'm the executive director. Sarah Vonderheide is our director of development and community outreach, and she is also on the call, but had a little mishap in the kitchen. So Hannah's Hope has, for more than 20 years, been serving pregnant women all over West Tennessee. We continue to cover all the West Tennessee counties between the Tennessee River and the Mississippi River, and have always provided pregnancy counseling, really a social counseling based model in helping women make a responsible decision for their child's future. So whether that's a parenting plan or an adoption plan, we are also a licensed adoption agency. Our adoption services have not changed. They are not funded by the grant. So I, won't elaborate on that, but we certainly continue to do that. What we are excited about the Strong Families Grant is that it allows us to continue services with women who are making parenting plans and are vulnerable to doing that successfully. So we want to provide interventions to improve maternal health outcomes and to reduce the occurrences where foster care would be needed for a child. And we're doing that through a home visiting program. Mothers and Babies is an evidence-based program, and some of our clients will benefit from that kind of one-on-one attention for 8 different sessions, starting before the baby's born and after. And for the women that participate in that, we'll be doing some mental health screenings, physical health, checking up on their physical health and whether they're getting their medical care, meeting their appointments, that type of thing, following guidance, helping them access things. For instance, blood pressure cuffs for women that are dealing with high blood pressure as a complication. TennCare doesn't cover those cuffs as we understand it and as our clients have found. So we are providing those to those women. And then also providing safe sleep kits, safe feeding kits with a starter set of 8 bottles and 3 sizes of nipples, and education about how to change those sizes as it's developmentally appropriate. Developmental play kit to encourage appropriate interaction, try to help children's child development. This is really kind of born out of conversations with early intervention providers about children not having opportunities to explore their environments and being in car seats way too much. And so we are providing a Fisher-Price Kick and Play piano, which is a play mat with an overhead bar to encourage the early development skills, and also some rattles and a mirror that's kind of a crib mirror, could be also placed on the floor. Really, we borrowed the expertise of the child life department in the NICU at Le Bonheur, and went with their tried and true items that they use to encourage that type of development. For our women that are participating in Mothers and Babies, we'll do some modeling of that type of interaction as well. And then we have, over the past year, been working a grant that just finished, but was through the UT Center for Health Sciences, and addressed underserved rural communities and built some significant partnerships with health departments, a Regional 1 mobile clinic. And so we have been participating in, they've been calling them baby expos or community baby showers in some of these far-reaching rural communities, and providing things like the safe sleep, safe feeding, play kits, and car seats to women who are impoverished and in need of that kind of support. We hope and anticipate, as the reimbursement starts to flow in, that we'll be able to provide some meaningful housing assistance if we're working with a woman and she has a need because she's off work, that type of thing. Right now, we are just laying the groundwork for that and referring to other agencies that are already set up. Yes, I see somebody mentioned about WIC. We have long referred women for TennCare, WIC, SNAP, all of child care vouchers, all of those things, and we'll continue to help women make those connections. It works a little bit differently in every county that we serve, and so just relying on those relationships that we have built over the years, and referrals coming through those type county programs, as well as local churches in the community. So we actually will provide, we have a referral form, and I'm not sure, Brooke, what the best way to get that. Maybe I could send the link to you and you could send it out to everyone. And that way, if you've got somebody that you want to refer, it's just a really simple form that you can fill out.
That works, Trina. If you want to send it to our help desk, I can send it out with this afternoon's follow-up email so everyone can have it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think that would be the easiest because I don't actually work with clients. I just do the community outreach and grant reporting type stuff. But if there are any, like Trina mentioned, the baby expos, baby showers that we've been attending. So if there are community events where, y'all need partners to help provide baby items or, different types of things, let me know. And we'll, get that on our calendars and see who of us can be there. We only have 4 total staff members and I'm part-time. So we're sometimes stretched thin when it comes to events, but we'll do what we can. And, we've also got with the grant that Trina mentioned that just ended, we've got a lot of informational materials, some for kind of specific community guides about where to find different resources for 5 very rural counties, but also some kind of health and safety type materials that we've developed and had printed, vaccine schedules for the first 2 years, that kind of thing. And so we're happy to share, those resources as well. If anybody wants that kind of thing, just reach out.
Y'all, my name is Haley Greenwell. I'm the program manager and social worker for Memphis Child. We're the medical legal partnership of Le Bonheur. And so, yeah, what that means, you can read the screen, is we offer free legal representation and social work services to any Le Bonheur patient family that has a legal issue, non-criminal, so civil, but that is impacting the health of the Le Bonheur patient. With this Strong Families program funding, we are able to expand our services to working with pregnant women facing housing insecurity. So that could look like they're experiencing homelessness. It could look like they have conditions in the home that need to be repaired. It could look like they're couch surfing or anything like that. So any sort of housing insecurity is essentially our sort of eligibility. However, we also our major eligibility is around being a family of Le Bonheur. So one of the children being Le Bonheur patients, and we're pretty loose on that. They could have been seen at the ED or through a Le Bonheur nurse at a school, or could have been seen at one of our outpatient clinics, obviously, or inpatient. We also are working with families that are referred through the Methodist Le Bonheur Community Outreach Division. I'm not sure how familiar everyone is with MLCO and our work, but Nurse Family Partnership, Healthy Families America, CHAMP, which is our high risk asthma program. All of those folks can refer to us, as well as any providers and associates that are in Le Bonheur Children's Hospital. So we're not currently opening it up to the whole community. But the reason that this program is really under Memphis Child is because we know that with housing often comes legal issues. And so if the mom is experiencing, a breach in her lease, or something is going on with the landlord, an unwanted or unlawful eviction, I should say, then we have attorneys on staff that can help with that through other grant funding. I will say with that, they again have to be a Le Bonheur patient. So we can work around how to make that happen. But right now, yeah, we're working with our pregnant women, just like all of you are, on meeting the wraparound needs. We have a full-time social worker that's going to be on board with us next month. And she's got a wealth of experience of working with new moms and early childhood work. So, and we are serving Shelby County primarily. However, if there is a need outside, I think we will consider it. But at the time, based on we just have one associate dedicated to this program, as well as myself as the manager, we're just focusing on Shelby. Any questions about my program?
So Haley,
Yes.
What would be so if we're working with a mom and we figure out that she has a child that's a Le Bonheur kiddo, so what's the best point of contact to send her? Like, should she call the clinic? Like, ask a nurse when she's there for an appointment? Like, if the child's not inpatient, what's the best connecting point?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you, Trina. We do ask that the LeBonner provider send in the referral. Our referral form is not open to like the community because then we would sort of become like Memphis Area Legal Services and just become a legal aid group, unfortunately, and we don't have capacity for that. So your question is a great one, and I would definitely have the client contact their LeBonner provider. If they're having trouble getting in contact with the LeBonner provider, they can get in touch with me and we can see what we can do. But yeah, those referrals do come from social workers, nurses, therapists, physicians. We accept referrals from anybody that essentially works in Le Bonheur. And we also have a lot of UT, HSC, University of Tennessee Health Science Center staff that also work at Le Bonheur, and they're allowed to refer to our program as well. But if anybody has questions that, is an associate of Le Bonheur, we present our program often within the hospital. But yeah, I'm a good point of contact for that. And if your client has any trouble, yes, we refer to NFP. Can the referral come to them? Yes, Kathy, yes. So if it's an NFP client, that is Nurse Family Partnership, they can definitely be referred to us and we can provide, those wraparound supports with the funding. If they have a legal need, and they already have another child that's a Le Bonheur patient, we can provide those legal services. As far as, a legal housing attorney or whatever. If they have any other legal need, we do education, we do conservatorships, we do Social Security, SSI, guardianship, custody, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I mean, we're a great program that not a lot of people know about. So it's good that y'all are hearing about us anyway. So a lot of families qualify as Le Bonheur families. You could just make that question to your clients. If you do recognize that they have a legal need, do you have any sort of relationship with Le Bonheur? And if they do, it's a great opportunity for a referral to our program, whether within Strong Families or not. Sorry, I'm a chatty box. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelly Spillman. I am the director of the Early Success Coalition at Porter-Leith. The Early Success Coalition, we primarily work with providers in Shelby County. So we basically support providers so that they can better support their families. And one of the things we do is, since we have access so closely to those providers, we listen to what their clients are saying and what those biggest needs are. And one of the things we heard from our Early Success Coalition network, which is our network of home visiting and center-based providers, was mental health services. We heard it over and over again that families could not access the mental health services that they need in that perinatal moment. And we also have our doula support network, which works with doula providers. And we heard from them that far too often the clients who needed their services the most to improve birth outcomes couldn't afford those doula services. So that's what we are working to provide with this Strong Families grant. Working with our ESC network and our doula support network, we will provide mental health services and doula services to families in need. We also, of course, are providing those material goods and emergency supports as well. So we are serving Shelby County. That is our focus. We're the Shelby County Early Success Coalition, but we're partnering with Appleseeds Inc. for our mental health services. They're a wonderful local organization in Shelby County that provides perinatal mental health services. And then with our doula support network, we work with a large network of doulas who will be contracting with to provide those doula services. Realize that was a brief and quick overview, but does anyone have any questions? I want to say I really appreciate this meeting. I think Tony asked earlier about like making cross referrals between our programs. I did reach out to the state specifically to ask around that, and they said that was totally fine. And part of the reason we reached out is we work really closely with Healthy Families Tennessee, which is a Le Bonheur program. They sent a client our way, and the client was really in need of rental assistance, and so we were able to refer them to Haley and her program. And so those cross referrals are really important, and these partnerships are really important. So it's really nice to meet you all.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So my name is Angela Adair. I am the Director of Practice Operations for our Women in Specialized Health here at Regional One Health. And I also have with me Contempris Nelson, who is the Practice Manager for our OBGYN and Chad practices here as well. So we are so excited to be on this call. We've been texting each other vigorously while we've been meeting. I agree with Kelly. This has been a phenomenal opportunity. So I'm so glad, Brooke, Chase, and the team that you all put this together, because this has been amazing. So for Regional One Health, we are newbies from an OBGYN standpoint. Let me put it that way. We are newbies to the grant world, and so we are super excited to be able to officially help our moms as they come into our practices, and we have we see these needs, and oftentimes we've been able to refer them out, but we've had to do just that, and that's refer them out. And so with the Strong Families Grant, we will be able to assist those moms in the Shelby County area who are coming to our practice, who once they are assessed, either using the social determinants of health screening or the Arizona screening, if they test positive or have a positive reading for any of those, for either assessment, then we will be able to provide those wraparound services by way of the Strong Families grants, for which we are very appreciative. So as a part of our Strong Families program, our grant funds will, as Kelly mentioned, cover those doula services. So we too will partner with a doula service here in the Shelby County area to be able to offer that more personalized and be an extension of the doula services. Will be able to be an extension of the services, the medical or the healthcare services that we offer at Regional One Health, but to go into the home and be able to assist those moms or those families with that additional care and attention that's needed that we don't per se provide in our space. We too will cover access to behavioral health services. So we know oftentimes that's either we have patients who are uninsured or we have patients who are underinsured when it comes to behavioral health services. And so we will provide funding to cover those services for those moms who are in need. Same thing as someone mentioned about the food deserts here in the Shelby County area. Our service will provide food boxes. We do have a partnership with MIFA. And so we not only will be able to provide with this funding food for mom, but for every person that lives in that household. Utilities assistance, shelter for the unhoused, housing assistance, as I heard someone else mention on the call, that sometimes you have moms who are struggling with paying their rent and being threatened with eviction. We'll be able to help in that area too. We are crafting welcome home kits because, again, I think I heard someone else say that sometimes our moms don't have what's needed to take care of these babies once they get them home. And so making sure that they go home with the basics like bottles and just even, I just drew a complete blank. What's the wrapping cloths? I'm not saying it the right way, but bottles and bibs and pacifiers and those items. And even if mom is breastfeeding, then maybe being able to even provide the breastfeeding equipment that she needs outside of the pump or something, but something that she may need to take care of, herself and make sure that from a breastfeeding standpoint, she's healthy. We understand that it's very important for our patients to be able to get to their appointments. So providing transportation assistance is a key part of our grant program as well here. And then lastly, working with a community partner to offer that workforce development. So you have moms in the home, or if it's dads in the home, that are in need of a job, but they may not quite understand the techniques for interviewing or what to wear when you go on an interview or how to do those types of things. So this grant will also pay for that type of that workforce development and training that is often needed. So any questions for me?
Hey, Angela. I think someone mentioned this earlier on the call about the need for positions, job opportunities for women that are pregnant or that are that have just recently delivered their baby. I know that y'all have that workforce component as far as like training and helping prepare the client to enter the workforce. But do you all also have relationships with potential employers that will work with these pregnant women or women that have just delivered?
So as a part of the workforce development partnership that we're crafting, there is an opportunity for the participants to actually go in and become certified in cybersecurity. And so then once they receive their cybersecurity training and certification, then that gives them an opportunity to have remote jobs, because sometimes, as someone mentioned earlier, it's more beneficial for a mom to get a job that during the daycare hours and things like that. So sometimes you have moms that, just need to work from home for whatever reason. And so this will connect them to this opportunity as well. As far as other employers, no, we do not, as of yet, have that, but that is definitely something that we're open to.
Thank you so much, Angela. And with that cybersecurity opportunity, is that something that y'all are paying for through your grant, or is that a relationship you already had? I'm asking because I'm wondering if they're open to other programs accessing that type of job opportunity for our clients as well.
Yeah, great question, Haley. So no, we are paying for the workforce development training. The cybersecurity is just a connection. So I will be more than happy to connect you, Haley, to that resource as well. Yeah, more than happy.
Thank you so much. I would appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
If I could share real quick, I know we talked a lot about job opportunities. I wanted to make sure everyone knows Port Leith has an apprenticeship program where someone would act as an assistant teacher. The salary is $13 hourly. I believe you even get a discount on childcare through Port Leith, and it allows you to become certified as an early educator.
Tammy's information is there. Their program is designed to treat pregnant women with opioid use disorder. So they're working with safely detoxing the pregnant women and providing integrated and basic treatment. Just working on that healthy change for mothers and babies. They are in Jackson. Is that right, Darrell? Yeah, they're in Jackson. So they may be a little farther from some of you, than some of the other ones that we've gone over. And then the other one that we did not get to hear from was Burroughs Foundation. And they are in Shelby County. Their program is called My Baby for Me, and they're zip code targeted. So anyone who lives in that 38126 zip code in Memphis, and the program focuses on addressing, all the gaps in those, again, social determinants of health, some economic and behavioral things as well. And then it looks like they're providing access to nutritious food, breastfeeding support, transportation services, housing and utility assistance, some baby items, of course, and then also employment and education support also. And that is Vicky at NAACP, and her information is there.
I'm not a provider, but so I'll just introduce myself since I haven't done that. So I'm Katie Spurlock. I'm with the Urban Child Institute in Memphis, and several of these organizations in Memphis are funded by Urban Child. So I'm very appreciative to be here and to be included. I had reached out to UT Schwartz and to the Tennessee Strong Families Initiative to just sit in on this call and learn more about the initiatives that have been funded in Memphis and Shelby County, West Tennessee. So I'm grateful to be here, and thank you for including me, and good to see all the familiar faces.
Thanks for being here, Katie. All right. Any last minute questions or anything that anyone's thought of or wanted to share with the group? I know we still have a little bit of time. We got through that quicker than we had thought.
We just received Memphis Child, the Medical Legal Partnership of Le Bonheur. We just received a federal grant for MLPs across the country, and it's a grant in which the federal government is learning about what we sort of do. And I've found through that grant that I really enjoy collaborating with other groups that are doing similar work. It's a chance for me to learn like best practices and just collaborate. So I'm not sure if the other partners feel similarly to me, but I would love like more networking opportunities and opportunities to collaborate and share like what's working, what's not. I've already connected with Kelly. That was really helpful. I would love to connect with more of you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mandatory thing, but I'm just gauging to see if others are interested in maybe a every now and then meeting just to see how things are going.
I agree. Fantastic idea.
Yeah. Awesome.
Swarps is happy to facilitate that whenever you all would like, and send us a topic or information, or if you just want to do a check-in with each other, just again email our help desk, and we can set that up whenever. We can be very flexible.
Absolutely. I mean, that was the point of this meet and greet. So we really appreciate the collaborative spirit, everyone taking the time and sharing the information. It's been really good. I'm really happy with this. Go ahead, Darrell. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine, Chase. I was just going to suggest that it might be helpful if we go ahead and just sort of agree to maybe, I'm not sure, once a quarter or once a month, how I know everybody's busy, a lot going on, and so want to be mindful of everyone's calendars and schedules. Would you prefer, can we do it quarterly? Okay. Is everyone okay with quarterly? Like once a quarter, having a sort of coming together? I think that's good because when you're looking at patterns and trends and things like that, usually that kind of pops out every quarter. And it would give you more to maybe talk about, compare notes with what's working well, what are the challenges, and maybe share ideas about overcoming some of the challenges you may have shared in common. Yeah. Haley, did you? Okay. Yes. Okay, great.
And would we want to include our case managers in this or no?
Oh, I think you can include anybody. I think you should forward the invitation to anyone you would think would benefit from joining.
Sounds great.
I mean, collaboration, I could not agree with Haley more. I mean, I just actually sent an email to Brooke as I was listening to all of you and all of these incredible services in Shelby County. Swarps also has a prevention project with DCS, and we have prevention consultants working with DCS investigators and family support service workers to do the best we can to work with families to ameliorate the conditions that might lead to child maltreatment, and when it's at all possible, to keep children safe at home with their non-offending caregiver, with their parent, when it is possible to do that. And so being able to know what services are available in the community that can connect families to timely, particularly expectant mothers with their infants and toddlers, that is just critical to being able to get them the support they need. So I told Brooke that, need to connect her to share the information about your services with those consultants so that they can reach out. And you may be hearing from a prevention consultant in Memphis, that's Stephanie Ellis. And she is all about looking for sort of those resources that would benefit families who are child welfare involved. So yeah, the more connections, the more partnerships, the more we're able to let people know, the better. And the stronger the programs become, the more effective we all are, the less duplication of services there are.
That sounds great. I will plan to set up another meeting for you all, maybe, around October, hit the next quarter, give you guys time to get through the summer and get rolling. And then maybe, after you submit that quarterly report and get that off your plate, we'll reconvene and have time to talk about how things are going. And maybe you all will have some specific data from your programs and can say, what's going well and what still needs some work. So I really appreciate everybody's time this afternoon and the collaboration, and just to get to hear about everybody's program is amazing. So I think that Tennessee is very lucky to have you all as providers, and we're really excited about the work you're doing.